What time is it?
What? I haven't done any filming. Oh hi, I'm Hannibal. Blogger, critic, and consumer of all things fandom. Now, I'll be honest with you, there's no way I'm the biggest X-Men fan out there. I mean, look at these guys. I can't compete with that. But I do feel proud to say that the 6-year-old me was explaining why Rogue had super strength, could fly, as well as the ability to absorb other people's powers to other kids on the playground.
Hi guys, guess what? I found out the reason why Rogue has super strength and can fly is because she absorbed the powers from Miss Marvel.
Little freak! Get her! Mononica dial-up is the 90s!
I'm gonna make my mom call you on my landline.
I've always loved X-Men, ever since I can remember. As a child, for me, it was about my personal big three. Batman, Spider-Man, and X-Men. I had a Spider-Man costume, I wore it nearly every day. Second it was on clothes day, BAM! I was Spider-Man. I mean, this was back before they gave them like stupid muscles. I mean, these are for 5-year-olds, and if anything, as an adult, I don't have these muscles now, and I feel like the universe has. So here's my not so fantastic rundown of X-Men. Days of Future Past, the last stand will never happen. Yes. I really like this film. The child in me that wears this adult suit so I can get into 18s was mesmerised. Now, not to say it didn't have any flaws, but it sort of reached out at the screen and grabbed me and said, hey, do you remember what it was like to watch cartoons on a Saturday morning and your only other goal for the rest of the day was to watch more cartoons? Why did I have to grow up? I'm so old! Okay, first things second. How did Shadowcat get that power? I mean, how did Shadowcat get that power? That's not walking through walls. And it's not like she doesn't have intangibility anymore because we see her use it at the beginning of the film. Inception! So where did it come from? Here's a couple of theories I like. 1. Did her power evolve? Can she move other people's consciousnesses through time, now like she can move herself through objects? 2. Did someone else give her that power, Seth from Misfits style? You know, I can't actually think of a mutant who has the ability to take away someone's power and bestow it on someone else without having to keep it for themselves. If any of you can, please hit me up with a comment below so I can go, oh my god, I can't believe I forgot Baba. 3. Another idea is that Rogue's power evolved so she could pass on powers as well as just absorb them. We already know that the scene with Rogue has been cut from the film, so maybe she does get this power. Or not. Really, Kitty shouldn't be sending anyone back in time. It should be Rachel Summers, who as well as having telepathy, telekinesis, and the power of the Phoenix, also had chrono-skimming. In the original Days of Future Past comic, it's actually Kitty that gets sent back in time from a dystopian future. I assume because of Cyclops and Jean Grey's demise in X-Men Last Stand, the writers thought we couldn't have an appearance from Rachel. Though she does possess a chrono shield, which protects her from changes in the timeline. Man, she gets all the cool powers. So I guess this means that the timeline of X1, X2 and X3 are the original timeline. With Wolverine 1 and 2 fitting in here and First Class sitting over here, and Days of Future Past sort of slotting in here, with them travelling back to this point to change history. But wait! How come Professor X still looks like Charles Xavier? I mean, his body was destroyed in The Last Stand, and at the very end of the film, we saw him taking over the new body of a comatose patient. Now, I've got no problem with that, but why do they look the same? And did he have plastic surgery? How come his legs don't work? I mean, did the comatose patient's legs not work too? That seems a little coincidental. I thought there was gonna be a... Never mind, I mean, did he just use mind control, you know, to make everyone think he looked the same? That's plausible, right? Or maybe he simply recreated his body because of the amazingness that is Charles Xavier. You know what, I'd be pretty happy if they just came out and said they had no idea why he looked the same. They just wanted Patrick Stewart back, because hell yes, I want to see Patrick Stewart back. Some people also seem to have a problem with why Magneto has refound his powers. I mean, I think the scene at the end of Last Stand makes this pretty clear. So I don't have a problem. What I do have a problem with is that Moira McTaggart is a geneticist in Last Stand. And then for some reason, she's a CSI agent in First Class. What do you mean Lawrence Fishburne wasn't in the CIA? That's a pretty big career jump. I mean, did she only change jobs and degrees because of our half-remembered encounter with Charles? What's more likely is X-Men First Class was meant to be a reboot of the entire franchise. And then slowly they started adding in X1, X2, X3 and the Wolverines. Which means we now have 2 timelines going on. X1, 2 and 3 and Wolverine 1. And First Class, Wolverine 2 and a slightly different version of X1, 2, 3 and Wolverine 1. You know what, this actually makes more sense because this way, Jean goes crazy but doesn't actually kill Charles, so that's why he looks the same. Also, we don't have this horrible mess with Magneto and Mystique, which made me feel uncomfortable when I first saw X3, but combined with their First Class relationship just makes it so much worse. Also, I don't think Raven would have done this to Charles in X1 if their relationship was the same as it was in First Class. This would also allow Wolverine to be unstable about killing Jean too, so everybody wins. So basically, Doctor Who, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. You know, they could have just had a time machine and time bracelets like they did in the 90s X-Men cartoon, which was the best thing ever. In that, it's Bishop, not Kitty, who goes back in time to stop the assassination of Senator Kelly, and it's revealed that Mystique is the would-be assassin. We don't ask for much, just a sentence. This bracelet lets you travel in time. Blah blah gave Kitty these powers. We don't even need to know who blah blah is or their backstory, because everyone's going to go on the internet anyway and discuss it and think the reason why we never heard anything about them is because it's a big tease for the next film. The more and more I think about it, the more I'm so sure that people leave problems in films and TV just so fans will agonise about it for hours and hours and hours and hours, and blog about it, and make YouTube videos about it, and waste their lives on it, and eventually create a solution for the issues anyway, so they can then use that for the next film. I'm looking at you, Sherlock. You know what, I'm done. I'm done with you, I'm done with Ed, I'm done with television. Just done. You suck, I'm done. 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 I'm sorry, television. Let's never fight again, okay? I'll see you in the next video. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you'd like to join the Hannibal invasion, please like and subscribe. If you'd like any more updates on anything Hannibal related, please check out my array of unnecessary social media in the description below. Veni iti vici. Did I already have this down there?